because they're driving the Green New Deal, which is going to plunge America into darkness, and that will lead to death and all kinds of issues across America. We simply cannot exist on solar and wind energy at this time. The technology is not there, and there's no reason to destroy fossil fuels. And because of that, Steve, it's such a dangerous threat. No president should be doing that. I have articles prepared on Joe Biden, and we're looking at introducing those possibly as early this week.
Look, nobody's accused Marjorie Taylor Greene of being a serious person, but this is just another example of how deeply ludicrous she is. She says she wants to impeach Joe Biden for implementing green energy policies. Any reasonable person, even some moderates or conservatives, will recognize diversifying your energy sources and including some green options is a good idea. You don't want to put your eggs in one basket. And we have shifted a little bit in the national conversation around climate change and energy. Sure, there's some conservatives who still deny climate change, but some of them really see where the winds are blowing, and they'll push for things like carbon capture. They're not fully on board with a green America, but they are acknowledging that something needs to give. Okay, that's progress, I guess, but we still need to keep fighting, and one of those ways we fight is through green energy policies. And this isn't the Green New Deal. As much as I wish it was, it's not. That's not something Biden has ever supported.
Do you support the Green New Deal?
Pardon me?
Do you support that?
No, I don't support the Green New Deal.
You don't?
It is not law. But they're going to keep pushing this lie because they know their followers believe it. And what she's saying here really underscores just how little she understands.
What about washing machines and dryers? Lord, please God, don't make me scrub clothes in a bucket and have to hang them out on the line when we switch over to wind turbines and solar panels. I'm going to be really pissed off about that. I mean, how absurd is this? I like the lights on. I want to stay up later at night. I don't want to have to go to bed when the sun sets. It's so silly.
What Marjorie Taylor Greene does, like so many other Republicans do, is try to scaremonger people about green energy. Acting like you'll be thrust back into the pioneer days without electricity isn't real. That's not going to happen. But it gets people who don't understand the complexity of the issue scared. And sadly, it's effective. People really seem to think that a shift toward green energy isn't sustainable when it is. We just need to be at scale. And that's going to take time, but certainly investment. And those investments at the public level are what people like Marjorie Taylor Greene stands in the way of, because they're ultimately in service of the big oil companies. That's who funds their campaigns. That's who donates to them. That is who is backing them. Once you take that into account, everything really starts to become clear. But nothing exemplifies the outright lies pushed by the right than this clip from Tucker Carlson right here.
So, unbeknownst to most people, the Green New Deal came to Texas. The power grid in the state became totally reliant on windmills. Then it got cold and the windmills broke, because that's what happens in the Green New Deal. You're without power. Millions are still without power tonight. Several have died. Now, the same energy policies that have wrecked Texas this week are going nationwide. They're coming to your state.
What he's talking about in this clip certainly isn't the Green New Deal, because again, that isn't enacted. He's talking about Texas's energy grid, which was privatized. And this is big oil state Texas. The Republicans got exactly what they wanted, and then when things went wrong from mismanagement, they blame it on Democrats and the Green New Deal. That's their endgame. It has nothing to do with green energy. It has everything to do with protecting big oil.